everyone and welcome to my channel. So I am going to be starting a series, and basically I'll be showing you how I'm building my card stash. Hopefully this provides you some inspiration in case you have some of these dies, or maybe it'll make you want to go buy these dies and play with them yourselves. I have been trying to build my card stash back up over the past few weeks, so I thought what better way than to just go ahead and share it with you all. So today all of the cards that I'll be showing feature Altenew dies. Some are still available while others may be harder to find. Alright, so I have 5 cards here that I've already put together for the most part. This one is missing a sentiment. None of them have anything on the inside. It's all, you know, front cover decor right now. I'll be adding to the insides as I find a need for them. Okay, so I will start with this card since the other 4 are similar with their flowers. So this card, this is an A2 size card, and it features the daffodil die that was in a magazine that you can pick up from Michael's. I did a haul on that die and showed you some of the daffodils that I cut out. So I have a few more here. I will also link the video below so you can check that out. The issue is no longer available, at least not my Michael's, so it may be harder to find, but you may be able to find it online. Alright, so here is the die. Here's the card, I'm sorry. I did not add a sentiment, but I just layered some daffodils on the front. It's a top fold A2 size card. I did some ink splatter. And I used this lettering set that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. It's currently on clearance. I picked this up last week. And it has metallics, black, white, silver, gray, and 2 gold. So I used the black ink. And this is 110 pound cardstock because I made this card myself. The card base myself. And I'll just add a sentiment whenever I'm thinking about making this like a thinking of you or a with sympathy card. So yeah, that is the first card. Okay. So for this next 2 cards, they feature this Peony Dream set. And this is the die set. It's, again, all these are Altenew dies. Hopefully you can see that. So I did, when I got the die, I made a bunch. And since I just have them sitting around, I either give them as gifts, but I just decided to go ahead and use it. So for this, all my cards are A2 size cards. So this card, it opens regularly, and I did the same splatter effect with the gold ink. And I just added a flower with 2 leaves. And I have the sentiment here. It says, "A day without a friend is like a pot without a single drop of honey left inside." And this die cut is a Spellbinder's die. And the sentiment is also a Spellbinder sentiment, which was in, I think, the May card kit, the Stay Wild card kit. So here is, there is the sentiment there, and it features another one. So that's what I used, and I stamped it out with VersaFine ink. So this is the next card. Okay, so for this card, I actually have, I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's a white piece here. And for this one, I accidentally spilled my gold ink, but instead of letting it go to waste, I basically just laid some paper on it and let it look like just the ink trail. And I did the same thing with some envelopes so it can go together. But on this one, I added 2 of these peonies. And I have 3 leaves, and then this little sentiment is a Tim Holtz quotation sentiment. Let's see. And it comes in white and gold, white and silver, black and gold, black and silver. So this is what I used. So there is that card. Okay, and my next card. For the background on this one, I used the white and the gold inks, and I started doing droplets, and then I decided to just do smears just to make it a little different. It looks like it's painted in the back. Flowers on here are the Wild Rose 3D die. And I added that as well as leaves, and I just cut off the excess that hung over and added a DIY shop gold sentiment that says you are the best. You can pick these up at Tuesday morning. So there is that one. And then lastly, I have this one, and it's like a clear card. It says hello beautiful, and that sentiment is an Altenew sentiment. Their meadow flower small stamp set. I've had it for a while and just never used it. So I was inspired by Jennifer McGuire. One of her recent videos showed how she took some flowers by Altenew and made them into like a see-through cover. So I started as a see-through cover, but when I was finished I didn't really like it. So I decided to add acetate to the back and make it kind of clear. Okay, so here is the card. It's see-through. And it is a trifold card, so I can add a sentiment here. I'm probably going to add it to the bottom so this covers it up. And then when you flip it inside, you'll be able to write whatever and nobody will see it. So there is my card. I love it, love it, love it. I just need to find some thicker acetate because, I don't know, it doesn't give me the thickness that I want for the front panel of my card. But nonetheless, I decided I wanted to try it again, and the clear film that I'm using is this clear film. It's on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Let's see if I can find the packaging. So it's on clearance at Hobby Lobby for $1.99. This is what I used. I wanted to just try it out and see how it would be. It's a little thinner than I would like it to be, but nonetheless, I'm just gonna use it, go with it, and see what happens. So, following Jennifer McGuire's like way of doing these cards, I decided I was gonna make another. So here are my other roses, and these are also Altenew roses. I think they are the layered rose dye. I'm not sure. I don't have the paper for that one with me. I just have the box that I keep any flowers I've made and the dyes. But here is what I've made. I just made a cluster, 3 roses, 3 different colors. They have gold and then 3 leaves. And to make it all one piece, I just added an extra backing and overlaid backing pieces, and that just kept everything in place. So here's what I have. And so to make the card, I cut another piece of the acetate, and it is this is A2. It's going to be an A2 size card. So it's 4 1/4, and I made it, I think this might be 6 1/4 because this is like a scratch piece that was left. But it doesn't have to be all of this extra. I just have it here. And then I just scored on the 5 1/2 line because with this card, I don't want to make it a trifold. I'm just going to put this panel over like this, and I'll probably sandwich it between another piece of paper and just let the front go up because I don't plan to put a front sentiment on this card as of yet. I may decide later, but I kind of like the simplicity of it just being a beautiful card. So I already have my cluster. Basically, you just overlap flowers and leaves. Make sure they're touching. Again, I made a sandwich with an extra piece of the back. So on my acetate here, so I'm just going to add it, and I rotated it because I want the orientation to be like this. And I'm gonna kind of center it. So I don't want to cut off any bits. So maybe I will add a sentiment because I placed it kind of high. So I may just add a simple sentiment across, like underneath. I'm just going to press that down. And I mean, you can see it here, but it dries clear. On the other card I used the glue, and you don't see it when it dries. So I don't mind at all. So now that I placed it a little too far, I'll go ahead and figure out what I want to put on the front. Do I want to use a sticker, or do I want to stamp? I think I want this to say collect beautiful moments. since this is a beautiful, line this up. Since this is a beautiful arrangement of flowers, collect beautiful moments, and I can turn this into like a birthday or just a thinking of you card. Yeah, okay. So then I'm gonna take my 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of paper, and I'm gonna take the flap and add glue to that. I mean, you probably can use double-sided adhesive, but I want to make sure that you can't see anything if I decide not to add a back panel. I mean, I probably will, but for now, I just don't want you to be able to see anything when it dries. So if you don't add a back panel, it's just going to look like that. Nobody will really notice. And then it'll just flip up as a top fold card. Again, it is an A2 card. When you close it, it says collect beautiful moments. Yeah. So I'm loving these, doing like see-through cards. I have a ton of flowers I've already cut. I just need to go back and cut enough leaves to make everything work. But I'm definitely going to be building my stash more and more for people and for giveaways that others host. But yeah. So here are my cards. So this one I just made. I have this one that's also see-through. This one, okay, and this, I think it's the layered rose. This is the wild rose die. And this is the peony dream die. And this is that daffodil die that was featured in the magazine. So yeah, here are my cards that I was able to make, especially this one quickly because I already have my flowers cut and my leaves. So even before I came on camera, like grouping them together and gluing them, it didn't take that long. I just didn't record myself to doing it. So there you go. Alright, so there are my cards. Hopefully I provided you with a little bit of inspiration. I will link everything down below. If you have any questions, please leave them. Alright, so thank you for watching. Have a good day.